You hear the beep?
Yep,
Camera's
hear the
rolling.
beep.
Let's start talking.
That means we're wasting daylight. Let's go.
Yeah, okay, so we have this amp here. We want to talk about the history of this. How did we come up with this? And you just said, was it after Toronto Show 2022 or the end of the year?
Well, it was the end of the year. It was the year end of 2022. We were talking about because the only reason we want to do shows is show new things, and we were talking about what's going to be the next new thing.
New and crazy thing, not just new thing.
Yeah.
The crazy things that nobody has, like the 8G 2022.
Yeah, and like yapping back and forth about it for a while, what we came up with was a 25 watt per channel SET amplifier that we were thinking about making into a Class A amplifier. And we talked about power supply size and application. At the same time, this was when you got your Altec style speakers.
Yeah, but just before that, I remember I was whining about, I'm not doing that BC2 again because it's too heavy.
Yeah.
Don't want to lug around these things, and way too hot and everything, and then start talking about, are we doing a single ended tube amp? As soon as you say that, I said no. I don't want to pay for the maintenance every year. You know how the bigger the tube, the more expensive it is.
Well, and here's the thing, right? So we got talking about the amplifier itself, and we came to the same conclusion. Not rapidly. We talked about it for a month and said, okay, here's what we want to do. But the three problems were too heavy,
too big,
too hot,
yep,
too expensive. Because to do what you wanted to do was going to be like 40 grand US, we were talking.
Yep.
Right? And so we thought about that a little bit, and as you can tell, we backed away totally from it because that wasn't the way to go. That wasn't the right application. Well, it would have been a great amp for like 4 people, but
it would take me a month and a half to build, and I don't want to stuck my head in one project in month and a half.
Yeah, it takes too long. And by the way, you've kind of figured out a better way to do it.
Yeah.
So this amplifier, the NFS225, came out of those discussions, and it is
not directly though.
No, it took a while.
Yeah, you count on your first, and I will explain why it wasn't directly.
Yeah.
We back and forth and on and off. We didn't constantly talk.
No, because things happened in between, right? But bottom line is, this is the product. At the end of the day, this is the product that came out of those talks, and it fits a whole lot of it checks a whole lot of the boxes. Number 1, it's not heavy. Yeah. Number 2, it's not hot.
Okay, this it match and it's not heavy.
Yeah.
This is not the production version. Okay, production version is a lot lighter.
Yeah.
So don't use this as this is not heavy.
Yeah.
This is heavy.
Well, it's not that heavy.
It's modular.
That's heavy.
It's modular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so it's modular. This is like 5 separate parts, so it's not that heavy.
No.
But we're not using this as this is not heavy for our customer.
No.
Yeah.
So not heavy, not hot.
Not hot.
And not expensive.
No maintenance costs.
No maintenance
no
costs.
No manual maintenance costs.
And
you don't have that tubes.
And no huge cash outlay.
Yeah.
Right?
Multiple step. If you want to do it, you can actually do it one big step, or you want to do it multiple step.
Yeah.
But back then, I really want to say this. This was not directly of the discussion.
No.
But at that time, a friend of mine was trying to sell his Altec Lansing 604. It wasn't really Altec Lansing. It's a Great Plains Audio 604, which is very similar. I was back and forth and said, do I want that big box in my shop? And yes or no, read a little bit, and finally I got it in February 2023, really.
Yep.
And I hook it up to one of my typical push-pull 50 watts monoblock, and I thought it sounded really clean. And then I thought it sounded really dead. And then the next day it sounded really sterile. And the next day it's clean again. But clean, can I use the word accurate? Not really. Can I use the word interesting to listen to? No.
So basically it was clean, dead, and sterile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I start reading why I like that speaker. I like that speaker because people say they're musical, they're easy to listen to, you can listen to all day long, and it was designed to be a studio. And guess what? When you put things in the studio, you better make it to listenable all day long. Otherwise, it's a work tool. It's not necessarily a entertainment. It's a work tool. So they have to last. They will have to be listenable for a long time without fatigue. And I didn't get any of those.
Yeah.
I get annoying.
Yeah. So here's the key, and here's what basically made this amplifier work. What did you do to fix the annoying, dull, sterile sound?
What?
What had to be fixed?
For general public, they probably say they use single end tube amps.
Yeah. Okay.
What is single end tube amp? Too hot?
Too heavy?
Too heavy?
Too much maintenance?
Yes.
But what fixed this? What made the speakers sound good? What did you do to make the speakers sound good?
Low damping factor.
Bingo. Adjustable damping factor. So
no. They didn't say adjustable. It's low damping factor.
Yeah, but you can adjust it for different speakers, the various versions of low.
Yeah, but you asked me to do a low damping factor, and what is low, and I don't like fixed stuff. I like to turn knobs.
Right. And that makes sense because now you can adjust it for different stuff.
Yeah.
Right? You're not stuck with one damping. I mean, you could do it that way. You can get a damping factor thingy that's just one thing. But why have that when you can adjust it for different speakers in different rooms and different music?
And the speakers like 95, 96 dB efficiency.
Yep.
You don't need a lot of power. And when you don't need a lot of power, why waste money, weight, heat, and buy a lot of power?
No need.
No.
And the cool thing is, can I talk about U.S. pricing? Can I talk U.S. pricing?
You should. It's international.
It's international. Okay.
We're not able to figure out how to contain our video in Canada yet.
No. So, we went from an amplifier that was going to cost about $40,000 to this amplifier with adjustable damping factor and tube simulator circuit on it. Went from $40,000, we got it down to $5,700 US dollars. It's 25 watts a channel. It's
6,000.
Huh?
6,000
Okay,
US.
just under 6,000 US.
Okay.
Yeah.
Salesman talk.
Yeah.
Just under 6,000.
I mean, I can read a price list. I know what the price list says. So anyhow, it's down just under 6,000, and it's a really, really, really good.
Not this one. Not under
amplifier.
6,000.
No, not this.
The base, the entry level.
The level one. But what I'm saying is the entry level, the level one, which we can configure this to do. The level one sounds really good. It sounds really good. It doesn't sound like a $6,000 amplifier.
Can I be a salesman too?
No, not yet. You can do it in a minute. Okay. But the cool thing is, what was really cool about it when we started using it, is that it was driving other speakers as well. Now, there's some speakers that won't drive. If you get speakers down to like 83 dB, well, no, that's not driving it. But speakers 90 dB, 91 dB. I even have a couple pairs of speakers at 87 dB here, and it drives them really well. And the damping factor thing, the damping factor adjuster works, and it tweaks the sound. You can focus the sound. It's really cool. Now you can be a salesman.
It has half a farad of capacitance, even if a level one. Half the farad of capacitance.
500,000 microfarads if you want to count microfarads. So so it's got a huge power supply. Sounds great. Easy. It drives more speakers than you would think, and obviously, we'll show you these other speakers in a minute. The other thing too is in a couple days we're going to release a video. Now, where we've gone with this is we've decided that not only do we want to use it as a test bed for
that 25 watt ones, and then after you got this speaker, the one behind us, well, you can see this one at this corner anyway, one of the Heritage speaker, and we start to listen to different amp that George has in the store, the A210, I802, I800, and those models using different output modules, and they sound different.
And depending on what type of music you like and what amplifier you're using and a few other things, you might enjoy the sound of one module over another module.
And about 4 or 5 weeks ago, we start talking about putting another module on this prototype so we can actually test the M1 module and the M3 module. So initially we started at M1 module, and then now I put an M3 module. They have 2 layers of upper floor condo and the lower floor condo.
Yeah, we got the television antenna here. We got the observation decks up here.
Yeah, and soon I'm going to put something here. There's a balcony. There's an observation tower. That's a secondary observation balcony.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that I built the amps taller than a stand. Finally. Now, when general public talking about comparing output stage, they compare 2 separate amps, but we have advantage. I can actually put a same input stage, same RCA jack, same XLR jack, have a separate gain control, so we match the output module gain exactly, but everything else is the same. Share the same power supply. So the only variation between the tools are the output module itself.
I'm sorry, the dog's into something upstairs. I don't know what he's doing.
That wasn't a dog yelling.
No, I know, but the dog was getting yelled at.
Okay.
So, but there's a really interesting spin-off project that's kind of happened here as well, because part of this amplifier, one of the features I didn't mention about this amplifier is it's got a volume adjustment. Well, each of the output stages has its own volume adjustment, and the next thing we're going to try at some point, I don't know how immediately it's going to get tried, but it's going to be fairly soon. We're going to try this as a working biamp unit so that we can drive speakers that have a 2 or, a 2 or 3-way, come on.
It's 2 amps.
Thank you.
2 amps, one module for the top and one module at the bottom, and we can actually choose which module for the top and bottom. I did mention about the gain control. You said the volume control. I said the gain control.
Did you?
Yeah, I said in a more professional way.
Well, because you're way more professional than I am.
Oh, depends on what day it is.
Mm-hmm. So the neat thing is that we've got 2 amplifiers here. We've got gain control for each amplifier.
And it's pretending to be professional.
Pretending, yeah, I'm not doing a good job. And what I need to get back in here, and I know which speakers I want to try it on, but I'm not going to mention that now. We need to get speakers back in here that have, at least 2 binding posts, and that we can get one of the amplifiers driving not just the tweeter, but we want like a 3-way speaker, so it's driving a mid and a tweeter, so it makes a little bit more sense, because it's kind of silly to just put an output module dedicated to a tweeter, unless you've got a big air motion tweeter that goes way down in terms of frequency. Then it might make some sense. So that's another. I mean, when we get that done, we'll probably do another video so we can tweak about that. But I mean, it's so now you've got a pretty powerful suite of controls in this amplifier that you can use to adjust matching with speakers. And then when you match it with something like a C310 that's got switchable tube simulation stages, or you hook or you pair it up with a C312 preamplifier that's got the adjustable gain stages, or a C318 that's got the adjustable tube stages, then you've got a fairly serious and powerful amount of control on what it is you're going to hear. Now again, people confuse these controls all the time with it being an EQ, and it's not EQ. The tone does change, but it's not the frequency. It's not the frequency response that's changing. It's the tone that changes, right? Good luck measuring it. You'll want to try, and I know there will be people who say if you can't measure it, you can't hear it. Well, you're deaf. Sorry, you don't understand music.
On the C312 preamp, the soundstage already tried to measure it, and then they actually call me, and before the review published, they call me and say it sounds different, but they cannot measure any difference. I said, okay, that's the point. It's like, can I prove that point?
Yeah, which is why the hold up, because that review took a long time, because they spent a good amount of time trying to figure out why they were adjusting knobs And they were
not able to measure
not
it.
able to measure it. Well, it's because the frequency response doesn't change.
But they can hear it.
Yes.
I'm sure if you measure enough, they can measure it. But I didn't tell them how.
Well, the measurements are sophisticated. The problem is that, and at that point, you're talking about measurements that are so sophisticated that nobody understands what effect they're having on sound. Nobody gets it. Like I'm not even sure the people that would measure it would understand it completely. So.
They can find something different, but I don't think anybody can directly relate it to the differences and the sound.
So, but there we go off on measurements again. We've talked about
No.
that.
We save it for another video.
We've beaten that to death. So
no, we can actually keep beating it. Or somebody will make it alive again and will beat it down again. So it's like, what's the point? It's like there were always different point of view. So one go up and the other one beat it down. That's fact of life. Yep. Otherwise, it will be boring.
Yep. So here it is. It's here. You're welcome to come and listen to it. I mean, do we want to show the speakers we're running it with?
It's already there. It's right behind you.
You can see that one. Are you in the way?
Should I take the camera out?
You should take the camera.
Take the camera out and take a quick peek at what it is. Okay, so you're aware of the motion sickness now. I'm taking the camera off.
Yeah.
Last time when I shook the camera, somebody said to be aware of the motion sickness.
Yeah, well. Yeah. Take some Gravol and hang in there. So, now these are Heretic AD 614 speakers. There's lots of reviews on the internet about them. You can check them out. But essentially, these are the speakers that the Beatles used to record in Abbey Road. They are a very faithful clone of the speakers of the Altec 614 speakers that the Beatles used to record at Abbey Road. They're 12-inch coaxial driver with compression tweeter in there, 97 dB efficient, very industrial design, and if you place them wrong, they're boxy.
They didn't have a handle.
Pardon me?
They don't have a handle.
You don't need a handle. You just put your fingers under here and under here.
It's a faithful clone of the Abbey Road things that they have a handle.
Oh, well, then they're not that faithful.
Yeah.
They're an unfaithful clone.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that these are the only speakers that this amplifier will sound good on, because they are not. There's fine audio speakers here that sound great. There's, heck, even the Fink Team Kim speakers, which are relatively inefficient, sound really good on this. So, there's lots of compatible speakers.
So that's the upper condo, M3 module, and that's the lower condo, M3 module.
M1 module down there.
Oh, M1 module down there, sorry. And then there's a tube in there.
Yep.
Don't ask that question.
It's party tube.
Oh, party tube?
It's party tube.
Okay, party tube.
Party tube.
Party tube. All right, let's call it party tube. And this is the whole amp, and it's higher than a stand right beside it. And also that has been known as the either the wedding cake amp or the birthday cake amp.
Yep, wedding cake, birthday cake, and it's got the logarithmic suspension system.
What?
Logarithmic suspension system.
Hey, go in there and poke it. You can see it moving.
Yep. There it is.
They're all floating on silicone.
Yep. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Mm-hmm. A few months later, it's going to have a 100 farad power supply and plus or minus 28 volt. And I have talked about the relationship between capacitance and voltage. So from now on, I'm going to mention the voltage of the capacitance and power supply capacitance. So right now it's 23 farads, including that's the level 3, and then the top level 1 and 2, including that will be 24.5 farad and plus or minus 28 volt. Are we done now?
We're just about done, but I want to jump in and say nobody needs to. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you want 23 farads, we'd be happy to accommodate you. But I have to tell you, this sounds really good just as a level 1 or as a level 2.
We can't accommodate level 3 yet.
No, we can't.
We
don't even know what
price.
level 3 is yet, really.
No, we don't.
No, this could be level like 1 3/4 for all we know. But level 1 and level 2 are defined. They sound really good, and you can always, if you have a level 1, you can make it a level 2. If you have a level 2, you can make it a level 3.
Yeah, but you can't expect me to stop right there. That's me.
No, but I think we can expect other people to stop. when they've got a good enough sound.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I think we're done. So,
Put it back in the put it back on a tripod.
yep. Thank you for joining us. I'll wave over here again. Is it stopped yet?
No, not yet. I gotta
Okay.
go. I gotta come back front out and wave.
Oh, okay. You come back out and wave. Waving now.
Oh, I can't see myself. I'll flip it back. You know, it's like we're not that professional.
No,
we don't
we're-
have a camera person.
Oh, you're more professional than I am, apparently. So anyway, that's it. It's here. If you want to come and listen, hit me up. All the contact information is going to be in the notes on the video
Description.
description.
Don't you watch enough YouTube video to how they do it? It's in the description.
Yeah, I know.
You're welcome to comment it and press the subscribe button and remember to hit the notification bell so you get all the new video coming up from yesterday to tomorrow and 10 years from now.
And don't forget to like it.
Oh, don't forget to like it.
Don't forget to like it.
And don't like it twice. If you don't like it, make sure you press the dislike button twice.
So you can tell people how much you really didn't like it?
No, you didn't know that. If you
Yeah.
press the dislike button twice, you dislike and then you dislike again, that's even.
I know. It evens it out. So,
Yeah.
so no vote.
No vote. Are we really done?
I think we're done.
Because if we keep going, we're wasting hard drive space.
Yep.
All right.
Take care. Thanks for watching.
Bye.